On behalf of the Margaret of New Orleans Committee, I offer you, Mr. Deenihan, all present, a very warm Tully South welcome. On a beautiful day, as this in Ireland, we say you could think you were abroad. Standing here today at Margaret's Cottage, surrounded by breathtaking sceneries, with a view of meeting points of the three counties, Leitrim, Cavan and Longford, of three provinces, Leinster, Ulster and Connaught, you perhaps have been given a glimpse of heaven. This for us is a celebration of the completion of work to enhance Margaret's Cottage and birthplace, putting it on the tourist map of Leitrim, Ireland and the world. We celebrate the skills, craftsmanship, teamwork, hard work, voluntary work done here to honour and celebrate the life and times of this unique lady, Margaret from New Orleans. Like the cogs in any wheel, our hard-working, dedicated committee move together with passion, striving to build trust, credibility, good working ethos and good relationships with funding bodies. Leitrim Development Company, Leader, Leitrim Tourism Board, Fáilte Ireland, International Fund for Ireland, commissioned by RDC, Cross Community Heritage Project, linking Margaret from New Orleans and Breda Old School Heritage Project. Leitrim County Council, Gathering 2013, Roots Festival 2013, Leitrim Youth Theatre Company and the writing and performing of a play titled Our Story of Margaret from New Orleans. With this approach and support, what you see here today is a product of the above. Our walking in Margaret's footsteps does not stop here. We continue to develop our tourism links with Celtic Tours in New Orleans and their annual visits here to Margaret's Cottage. Continuing interaction for visitors for Leitrim Tourism and Fáilte Ireland during the months of July and August and other pre-arranged times. In the future, we aim to continue running events, heritage days, culture nights at the local Cornmill Theatre, demonstrations and displays of local artists, craftswork, craftspeople, Margaret's Hoolie, pub quizzes, Climb Crow Patrick, card games, donating proceeds to local deserving charities, the hosting of regional governance conferences at the Cornmill Theatre. Our most recent development in the setting up of a committee to have Margaret of New Orleans beatified in support of a movement in New Orleans. We also supported by our friend PJ Bradley Newry, a former member of MLA, our clergy lay people in this long journey ahead of us. Margaret of New Orleans, born here in Tully South, Carrigallen, County Leitrim, left at the tender age of 5, and with some of her family travelled to Baltimore, later to settle in New Orleans. At the age of 23, she was left alone in the world with the loss of her husband and daughter. Despite her life of loss and hardship, she is framed for her long life champion of the destitute. She devoted her life work to charity and services to others, the care and feeding of the poor, hungry and homeless. Margaret, despite her inability to read and write, set up the first steam bakery in New Orleans, funded and built orphanages throughout New Orleans for people of every nationality, colour and creed. Despite the harsh storms, hurricanes and weathering, Margaret's statue still stands in New Orleans, perhaps a symbol of the strong woman she is today. She was. Today, on behalf of the committee, we thank you all, our funding bodies, our community, for your support, advice, donations, relentless voluntary work, and those who initiated the first footsteps of this wonderful project back at the Mass Rock in 2000. Our musicians and artists performing here today, local press for your regular coverage of events. John McManus, one of the men who gives us the use of his field for annual events and parking. In conversation with John here the other evening, he drew my attention to an old building in the field. And he stated, if that was in Kerry, they'd have it done up. And the tourists will be flooding in, and the place will be humming. So, Minister Deenihan, perhaps a little of that Kerry inventiveness, coupled with our passion here in Tully South, could have Margaret's best birthplace humming and the tourists flowing in. Thank you.